So, I'm back. And hopefully I can figure out what to do with this shit. I mean, I can't climb it, but I know I can't touch it. This one doesn't help, so I guess lift it?
No use. It is too heavy to lift.
Fantastic!
An iron light.
I can't climb it, I can't tackle it. Okay.
A power cord.
Yeah, this is useless. I guess get shocked.
Date, we've known each other for a long time. I know that you are joking, but could you please consider the appropriate time and place?
You're seriously lecturing me right now?
Excuse me?
Sorry, ma'am.
God damn it!
A power cord.
Well, I guess we investigated. Since kicking doesn't...
Sparks. This could be dangerous if anything were to catch fire.
But if you use it...
With what?
Less than 1 minute. Hurry!
What could I possibly use it with? Can I go back? No, I can't even go back. This is the last thing.
An iron...
Then I guess I tackle it?
Ready?
That worked? I can't believe that did something.
Whoa! This Somnium is awfully dangerous.
Hey, that door. Maybe we can open that one now. Check it out.
Date, you're out of time.
A rusted metal door.
I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. Huh? I mean, it wouldn't do anything, so...
I'm going to open it.
What could be the big reveal? I mean, we knew all of that. There's no new information to be gotten. What have we figured out by looking at all the murder things again?
That's... Iba, return to the control room on the 3rd floor.
At once.
Oh, we figured out that she was the one who killed them all, but... Wait, we already knew that! Yeah, she killed her for some reason? What is her Oh. Wait, what? Renju killed her. Wait, Iris killed him? So killed Iris? And then the boss killed So. Oh! Wait a minute, what is that line of murder?
What the hell is going on?
What the hell indeed? Wait, and how are you doing this to her?
Tate, what are you doing? 6 minutes are up!
Wait! Hitomi is...
Date, you can't go any longer! Force shutdown!
No!
I mean, it's in her mind, so we couldn't have done anything anyway. Oh.
I took a look around your head, and I discovered something. Something about the new Cyclops serial killings. Apart from Ota, there are 4 victims. Shoko Nadami, Renju Okiura, Iris Sagan, and So Sejima. Who was responsible for these murders? Shoko was stabbed by Renju with an ice pick.
But why?
Renju was strangled to death by Iris. So cut open Iris's body. But who shot So? It was you. In other words, all of these murders were committed by different people. There wasn't just one killer. That's how it looks on the surface, anyway. But that's not the truth, is it? There's only one culprit. One person, and that person is...
Huh? I mean, I guess?
Yes, you. The person in front of me right now.
You're blaming the commander of Abyss for this?
No, not Boss. The person inside Boss's head.
Oh, wait! Now, wait! So, she is not herself anymore. Okay, how did you figure that out?
Can you at least try to make sense?
Alright, I'll explain. You know about the abandoned chemical plant in Kawasaki? There's a prototype sync machine there.
Oh yeah, wait, but we don't know it in this timeline. We don't know this in this timeline. We know that in the other timeline, but how do we know it here? This is what I mean with that it's not coherent.
You use that device to swap around bodies one by one.
In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced.
Unknown.
Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded. Switched.
I don't know where it started, but at some point, you got into Shoko's brain.
But... And then you went into Renju's brain and killed the Renju who was inside who was Shoko? What?
Then, you got into Renju's.
And killed the... Okay.
And got rid of Shoko's body. After Renju was Iris. You strangled Renju using Iris. After that, into So.
Isn't it really weird for your body to get used to new body proportions? I mean, like, our brain, when it starts to develop, especially as a child, has to readjust to how your body works. And your brain is basically used to your arms having a certain length, your legs having a certain length, and you having a certain height, so it all accounts for that. So I would think it really difficult to have these different body types and your brain adjusting to it. It feels like you would need to think way harder about how to do things when you are not in your same body you've grown up in.
Who you used to kill Iris and Ota at the cold storage warehouse. Now, you're in Boss's body. Inside her head.
But who?
I see. If you know that much, then I have nothing left to hide. Yes, I am the culprit behind the new Cyclops serial killings.
But who are you?
I guess you can call me the new Cyclops killer.
Have a pretty hot body.
Saito Sejima.
Saito Sejima? Who was Saito Sejima again? Who was Saito Sejima? Date, Alba, Boss, Pewter, Mama, Rohan, Inspector. Who is Saito? Oh, Saito Sejima is the child. The child of So Sejima. Wait, you killed your own dad? That's messed up.
Congressman Sejima's son.
Oh, she would have said it right after.
What?
I researched Saito thoroughly, but I cannot find any images of him on the internet. He is listed on the family register, but I cannot find any photographs.
How is that possible? Alright.
Before I do, there's something I want to hear from you. How did you know about the prototype sync machine?
Good
And
question.
not only that, you also seem to know what the sync machine is truly capable of. Why is that?
That's...
Regaining your memories, are you? Human memory is fractal. If you retain even a single piece of it, it's possible to recreate the whole thing.
Wait, is that how it's supposed to go? So we were basically re-establishing connections in his brain that were somehow connected back to a recent case? And we only thought we solved a recent case, when in fact we solved a different case entirely that was way back in time? And this is just jumbled up fake memory? Basically, we are Somception. We are basically from Insomnia and Insomnia. So we basically probed his head for information to solve a different case, since we needed the knowledge from that case. And since we don't remember the people who were involved in certain cases, we replaced the people in those Somnia memories with people we already know from the other cases, or that we know from the current case, and replaced those with other characters. While, you know where I'm going with this?
Pieces of memories are like roots that grow into every corner of the brain, gradually, slowly, taking its time. I imagine the same thing is happening in your brain right now.
A fractal is a figure with self-similarity. Allow me to explain. See this? Whichever fragment you cut, you will see a similar shape. the whole is made up of its similar parts. This is called a fractal figure. Memories in the brain are similar. That is what he is explaining. He is claiming that from a few pieces, you can rebuild the memory.
I knew about the prototype from me gaining my memory. Yeah, but from which case? It seems to be all the... From the viewer perspective, it all seemed to be the same case. But I have the feeling... Oh, wait, it's all about the Cyclops killer. So since we were involved in the finding of the first Cyclops killer, we were the Cyclops killer all along. That is why no one wants us to remember. Because we would remember that we are the Cyclops killer from 8 years ago. And somehow ended up as a police officer? What? That doesn't make any sense either. Or does it? But yeah, in the end, that is basically where they are going with this. This whole build-up. We didn't investigate the actual Cyclops killer that was at the start of the game, but we branched out to investigating the old Cyclops killer without knowing it. And that was the recreation of his brain? It's not it. Oh, it's not it!
Parallel worlds exist.
God fucking damn it! I think I already had that revelation about parallel worlds and shit like that. But I don't know. What is it now? Parallel worlds exist! Imagination!
That was me.
I don't even know what we were discussing on Sunday.
You imitate her well. From the way you talked and your body language, it was like the real Iris. Earlier, too, you almost had me fooled.
Well, that's the quality of a psychopath. No, a socio? Wait, what was the difference between the socio and the psychopath? Wait, socio... Okay, I know. A sociopath refers to someone living with antisocial personality. Wait, there was a difference between this. Oh, manage settings. No, disallow all. Oh, fuck you, Healthline. You can suck it with your shitty ads. Okay, psycho. One of them is really good in imitating human emotion, and the other one is very impulsive. Psychopath and sociopath difference. There we go. Let's see, between a psychopath and a sociopath. Sociopath are often used interchangeably. There's a huge difference. For example, sociopath is an unofficial term of antisocial personality, while a psychopath is not official and is not considered an anti-person. Okay, sociopath are more clearly aligned. I can cross over this. Well, labeling someone as a psychopath is a big deal. But not distinguishing and using them in that doesn't do either of you much good. Yeah, so there's a term used often as arbitrary to describe someone who is apparently without conscience and is hateful or hateworthy. It's used to convey a sociopath who is simply more dangerous, like a mass murderer. Sociopaths make it clear they do not care, behave in hot-headed and impulsive. Those psychopaths pretend. They're a psychopath, that's it. Pretend to care, display cold, fail to recognize other people, have relationships that are shallow. Maintain a normal life is cover for criminal, fail to form genuine, may love people in their own way. No, I feel like this is something complete. This is something different. Uh, psychological. No, not dissociative identity disorder. Imposter syndrome? I don't know. There was a term for it and I've forgotten it. Oh well, whatever. I mean, it's basically a person that is... I don't know. It's a person that know how people function but have no remorse feeling or something like that.
Your imitation of Boss was perfect.
Yes, there's a reason for that.
Okay, thank goodness. You will explain it, and I just wasted like 5 minutes on looking myself.
Let me define some terms first. A person's memory and sense of self. Let's call that personality. It isn't quite the right word, but it'll suffice. Now, transferring that personality into someone else's brain, let's call that parasitism. The one transferring is the parasite. The one being transferred into is the host. Are you with me so far? Moving on.
Oh, so you basically... So you don't completely switch bodies? You only switch your... So you only switch your consciousness, but you don't switch... So you basically only switch out the egg yolk. So the... But you don't switch out the egg white. You abort the egg white transference. So it's not a complete body switch.
Even after the personality exchange is complete, the host's memory isn't completely lost.
Or something like that. Whatever.
About 1% remains in the brain. So, a parasite could use that 1% to imitate the language and behavior of the host.
Why is it only 1%?
That's how I knew about the warehouse and Sunfish Pocket, by the way. Thanks to Renju and Iris's remaining memories.
Nice, I guess.
I'm telling you, it was me. Why are you making me repeat myself?
That means the Somnium I entered on Sunday.
That's right. It was me.
How? How does he know about the original Cyclops killer? Because he was it? Something else was troubling me. You saw that? Oh yeah, I remember that. That's why I thought Date was the original Cyclops killer.
What's going on here?
I know there was, at some point I thought Date is the Cyclops killer and somehow he ended up in the position he's in now.
Fine. I still have time.
Time?
You'll see. So, where do you want me to start?
Just past midnight. Shoko was killed on Friday. It's day 1, today is day 5. What was Saito doing those days? I have the feeling this could be important, so I might as well save here. Since I have the feeling I won't be able to ask everything. Or am I just ask one by one?
Like you guessed, my personality was in Shoko, Renju's ex-wife. That made calling Renju easy. I need to talk to you about something. He came over without question. I think it was around 4 p.m. I had him meet me at the chemical plant. I made Renju go to sleep. Synced. Switched personalities. And then stabbed Shoko's discarded body with an ice pick. I took Shoko to Bloom Park by car, using the old abandoned subway line. Must have been around 8 p.m. by the time I was finished. I tied up Shoko to one of the merry-go-round horses. After that, I used Renju's phone to send a Nile message to Mizuki. Then, I just waited for Mizuki to arrive. Until next Saturday evening, my personality was inside Renju. My next target was Iris. I knew she would be suspicious if I asked her to come to Kawasaki, so I asked her to come to Sunfish Pocket first. I called her a little before 5 p.m., and she arrived just after 6. I greeted her, then convinced her to come with me. That's when Ota saw us. Anyway, I put her in the car, then headed to the chemical plant. On the way, I made her take a sleeping pill. I knew she might run once she saw where we were going. It was around 7 p.m. when I got there, and I wasted no time switching bodies. After getting Iris's body, I used a rolled-up apron to strangle Renju to death. Then I put his body in an empty oil drum I'd prepared earlier.
Wait, but that is kinda hard to do since you put a sleeping pill on her, so she was unconscious. You switched bodies. Wouldn't you be still knocked out after the body switch because of the sleeping pill? And Renju would be fully conscious before you would be? Or rather, the Iris that was in Renju's body? How did you have the time to recover from the sleeping pill? And which is also usually a muscle relaxant, which would also weaken you, which makes it super hard to strangle an adult as a teenager. Sorry. Plot hole!
I put that in the trunk of the car, then headed to Sunfish Pocket. But then, something I didn't anticipate happened. Waiting for the signal in Akiba, someone knocked on the window of the car. It was Ota. He asked me something about being able to drive. He was surprised, to say the least. I didn't have time to waste on him. But I couldn't risk him finding the oil drum in the trunk. Plus, if word got around that Renju's car was spotted driving around Akiba, that would foil my plans. So, I came up with a lie. I told him that I didn't have a license, so he had to keep it a secret. That's what that thing referred to in Ota's Nile messages, by the way. And just like that, I managed to escape a bad situation and headed to Sunfish Pocket as planned. The rest went exactly as you already figured out. Sunday morning, I had a recording or some such thing scheduled. Oh, I am of course referring to Iris. I didn't want to draw suspicion, so I decided to attend as planned. I went to Lemniscate and performed my job. And when I left, I ran into you, Date.
Didn't she had a brain tumor? Didn't that affect you at all? Having a brain tumor? Since you could have fallen dizzy or unconscious while driving the car and had a major accident, which could have foiled your plans. And also, as I said, she had a job, so why couldn't she afford the nanomachine thing?
To be honest, I was a little surprised. Just the previous night, I was a parasite in the body of Renju. I didn't think Ota had seen me. So, of course, I didn't expect to see you there so soon. You were on to me, but there was nothing I could do about that. If I ran, it would only increase your suspicion. So I decided to play my role. The interrogation began around 8:20 p.m., is that right? Then you synced into my mind.
How were you able to control what I saw, in a way? Since why would you... What? I mean, were you able to control it somehow?
But you didn't get what you were looking for, did you? As a result, you had no choice but to release me. I didn't want to go home right away. I knew there might be police waiting for me. That would make it difficult to sneak out at night. And that would put my plan in jeopardy. So I asked you to take me to Marble. I tried to find an opportunity to run, but then another unexpected event occurred.
Oh, yeah, the guys with the gun.
I got a Nile message from Ota. I knew I could use him. So I told him I needed his help and to meet me at Marble. He did as I instructed him to do.
Oh, why? That what's happened. Okay.
After that, I got into the van with Ota. But because his presence was unnecessary, I asked him to stop at a convenience store to buy me something to drink. When he was gone, I took his car and drove to my parents' house where I used to live. Yes, the Sejima residence. Of course, I knew I couldn't just walk up and ring the doorbell. Hello, Father, it's been a long time. I was also in Iris's body at the time. But I thought I could use that to my advantage. So I pushed on the intercom and sure enough, my dad invited me inside. I told him this. I want you to come with me. There's something I need to show you. He was quiet for a while, but eventually agreed and got into the van with me. We arrived at the prototype sync machine around 11:50 p.m.
Wait a second, I need to get rid of something. Oh, I guess I missed somehow. Oh well.
By the time I was in the body of Sosajima, it was a new day. This was yesterday, early Monday morning, past midnight. In my new body, I drugged Iris, put her in the van, and drove to a new location, Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. I arrived around 1, then prepared for the show for a couple hours. Of course, when I say show, I mean dismembering Iris. Because of the temperature in the warehouse, it took longer than I expected to prepare, but... well, you saw it in the video. Of course, I didn't anticipate Ota would show up. What does that make it? 3 times that brat has showed up unexpectedly? That annoyed me to no end, and I took that out on him. Dressing him up in the polar bear was an impromptu plan on my part. I didn't mean to make you think he was the killer. I just wanted to throw a wrench into the investigation. Didn't matter if you found out or not. This all happened Monday morning. I left the warehouse around 3:30 a.m.
Okay.
There isn't much to talk about on Monday. Before noon, I used my old man's body to call this one Boss. You might not know this, but she and my father go back about 6 years. The two shared a terrible secret. Hinting at that was enough to get the boss to come running to me immediately. I injected her with a sedative, then brought her body to the chemical plant.
Again, if you
I synced with her, exchanged our bodies.
if you drugged her, switched bodies, you would be still under the influence of the drug. It doesn't magically disappear just by thinking, because it is in your biochemicals that are still affected, even if you switch minds. That makes no sense.
And after blowing my father's brains out, I cut his body into pieces.
Why?
I stuffed the meat into
Oh,
a
why?
vase I'd brought earlier, then drove back to my house.
Sign of remorse. Yeah, so it is a psychopath, huh? I was trying to keep my anger from boiling over and kept asking him questions. Wouldn't the sink victims resist after waking? Why did you display the bodies the way you did? Yeah, exactly.
The prototype sync machine has a special feature. It administers a strong dose of sedatives to the original body, and a stimulant to the host after a sync.
They actually thought about it! They actually thought about to bullshit their way out of the thing that I was complaining about. That is kind of genius to think about it. So basically, they put drugs in the body. The stimulant would counter the sedative, so they would regain consciousness faster. Interesting.
That kept them docile.
Alright. I like it that they explain that. Yeah, why the eyes?
You know all about the prototype sync machine, don't you? That should explain it.
Huh? What? Why? In the abyss in a few key ways. Machine abyss is more sophisticated. Nano cables from the sync gear enter through the gap between the eyeball and socket. They then travel down the optic nerve canal to the brain. Prototype isn't so advanced. To perform a sync, you need to remove the left eye manually. The subject and the sinker have to remove their eye from the socket? Wait, how do you get it back in? Can you pop your eye back in? That is... How would that even work? How were you able to keep your eye? How were you able? I just looked at it. The eye is usually fastened with 6 muscles the size of a popsicle, apparently. So there are muscle fibers that keep the eye from popping out of your socket. And while it is possible for some very few people, I highly doubt it worked for every single one of these people to just pop out the eye to do the sync and then put it back in. So how did he do it? He couldn't just pop out his eye and put it back in without damaging your nerve, since usually it's not that long and it is a painful thing to do, supposedly. I mean, you don't have any pain receptors on your eye, I know that. But I guess there are some kind of pain receptors behind the eye. Otherwise, the cables cannot enter the brain. Of course, even with the eye removed, severing the connection to the brain isn't necessary. The extract still has the optic nerve and blood vessels connected. After a sync, the eye is supposed to be replaced back in the socket. It's supposed to be safe. Side effects are rare. Okay, yeah, sure. Of course. Okay, that's the one thing they can't really bullshit their way out. Unless nerve valve somehow replacing the eyeball isn't too difficult. But then again, he has this eyeball, so it could be that he has an artificial eye in his socket.
Of course, I don't really care about eyes. I don't need them. All I cared about was exchanging bodies with the sink.
What?
And for that, I needed to remove the left eye.
Why didn't you just put the eyes back when you were done?
That's obvious. Once I was finished transferring into a new body, the old one was of no concern to me. Why would I bother replacing the eye? I was just going to get rid of it anyway.
Okay.
Shoko's is in Renju.
Huh?
Renju's is in Iris.
What?
Iris's is in Dad. Dad's is in Boss.
Wait, you
The
ate them?
stunks, I mean.
You sick bastard.
You ate the eyes to get rid of the evidence? Is that even safe? But then again, you are nutter, so I guess you don't care for that. But still, you could die from cannibalism side effects.
Yes, I ate them. Immediately after exchanging personalities.
How can you do that? Jesus! I mean, seriously, you could get a serious illness from eating raw eye and muscle fibers.
How horrible.
Homicide is my hobby.
What?
I have a tenacity for it, what can I say? Of course, it was also necessary to make sure people kept their mouths shut. If I took over someone's body, they would know about my crimes. I couldn't risk them reporting me, so I killed them. It was also a matter of revenge. Against you.
What did I do?
It's personal. That's why I chose people close to you as targets. Well, except for my father, of course. That was personal to me. But don't ask. It's embarrassing.
Don't ask. Revenge against me? Oh, I didn't ask him about the display of the bodies now. Oh well, we will never know.
This series of murders was like a journey for me, you know? traveling through bodies to finally reach the end. That's the thing about traveling. We always wind up in the same place, don't you? Where do you think that is? Your home. A trip is only complete once you return home.
Yeah, I heard something like that from somewhere else. Wasn't there something about why are we traveling if we always return, if home is the final destination? Oh, I think it was supposed to see the thing about, what was it? The thing about traveling is basically you say the journey is the goal. So basically, if you go traveling, you go on a journey. So if you can't appreciate the journey to your, since the destination, the end destination after traveling is home. So if you are not enjoying the journey, if you don't enjoy and appreciate the journey you took to get back home, why did you go on a journey to begin with? I think that's what that was about. I'm not quite sure right now though.
The same goes for me. When I return home, my travels will come to an end.
What do you mean with home though? Date's body? No.
So I'll be needing it back. My body.
Wait, Date is the Cyclops killer?
What?
You stole my body.
Wait, but who is Date? Is Date... Wait, if he is so Sejima's son... Wait, Date is so Sejima's son? No, wait, that's so Sejima's son, but the body Date is in is so Sejima's son. But what does that make? Who is Date then? Who formed the personality of Date?
You took it from me 6 years ago. That's why I want revenge.
What are you talking about?
You have no idea what it was like inside my own head. I miss it. I miss my brain, Date.
Wait, is that a thing?
No matter how many people I killed, it never worked. I never felt happy.
It doesn't have anything to do with the brain.
I feel miserable.
You mean?
He was born with a brain dysfunction.
Right. I kinda remember that. Not quite, but I remember him saying
Due to
that.
damage to the posterior pituitary gland, he was unable to properly secrete oxytocin.
Oh, that's right. My old body. How are you finding it, Date?
I mean, Date knows how to feel happiness. So, how is it possible if Date's in a body where the brain cannot properly produce oxytocin, which is kind of the love hormone, so to speak? I think oxytocin is the stronger feeling of dopamine. Dopamine makes you happy and oxytocin makes you lovingly happy? I don't know. It's basically a magnitude higher form of happiness. I mean, I never took drugs, but I would think that basically, what was that? Oh, how's it called? The thing you get, the one painkiller that you can get addicted to. Morphine. It's basically morphine. With, I think, maybe, I don't know. But I think that's the closest thing. What do you mean by that? Yeah, but yeah, why does he have a normally functioning brain that can supposedly release oxytocin? Or maybe Aiba is the one that produces the oxytocin for him.
That's what I've been telling you!
I know, but what happened to Date's body? What did Date do? No, not what did Date do. Wait, so Date is so Sejima's body. But the problem is, how can the brain... why does he not want to feel oxytocin? Why does he not want to be able to feel oxytocin? Since the brains he's occupying have not this dysfunction. And I feel like it's not the thing that would be transferred through memory, the dysfunction of it.
But I don't have the same oxytocin deficiency you did.
Exactly.
That is because I regularly supplement it.
I knew it! I called it! Aiba is supplying the oxytocin! Wait,
You must have increased your dosage too much.
That is what she was talking about back then in the car?
No, but the person who had this disorder was number 89, the original Cyclops killer.
Oh, number 80. Wait. If number 89 is our... Maybe number 89 is our body? We were the uncle of Iris? But who's in the body of number 89 then? I mean, number 89 has his own personality. So who's in the body of number 89 then? Which one is the original body of all these people? It seems like there must be one dead person that currently occupies the body of another person.
That is what I believed as well. But we must have misunderstood. Pewter did not specify who exactly was imprisoned. Only that one of the original culprits responsible was currently in prison.
That's strange. That would mean number 89 is the previous chairman, Rohan.
Huh?
That must be it.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Rohan is dead. So they convicted him by execute... Wait, what?
Rohan is a parasite inside number 89's brain.
Okay, and that means this is our body. So we were actually in love with Hitome.
Pewter must have known that.
No way.
But why was he imprisoned then? I was confused. I didn't understand any of it.
Let us determine the specifics using Saito as our starting point. Whose brain was he in before Boss?
So Sejima.
And before So?
Iris. And before that, Renju. And before that...
And before Shoko?
I was a parasite inside Rohan's brain 6 years ago until last year.
Inside Rohan's brain.
I'd lost most of my memories. I was a shell of a man.
Wait, how did you regain your memories then?
They housed me in a special hospital. But I still had those fragments of my mind left. Just as I explained earlier. From a single piece, you can recreate the whole. I took my time, slowly regaining my memories. 1 year ago, I remembered everything. I left the hospital and immediately sought out Shoko Nadami. I got her body, and she was in Rohan's. When she saw herself in the mirror, she lost her mind. She was confused, panicking, running up the emergency staircase, and then...
That's why Rohan committed suicide.
After that, I spent a year perfecting my plan, using Shoko's body. I spied on you all this time. That's why I know everything about you.
Alright.
In there, in that body you are operating right now, in that skull, my personality lived there.
Wait, hold on. If what you're saying is true, what about my personality?
Yeah.
It was in Rohan.
I'm not Rohan!
Exactly.
Correct. It is just as he explained earlier. Number 89 was in Rohan's body.
So we are number 89.
In other words,
That's... my real?
I already figured that out, that part.
Sorry, but time's up. I want my body back.
Wait, but who is in cahoots with you then? Pewter?
It's quite simple. Sync with me and stay inside my mind for more than 6 minutes.
And if I refuse?
I know that you won't. I know it.
Why?
Huh?
Date, look! This is streaming live!
Oh, right. She has Hitome.
Damn you!
If you give me back my body, I will give you the location. Oh, and of course, it isn't the chemical plant in the Kawasaki district.
Aiba, where's the source?
it is being routed through numerous IPs. I cannot identify the source.
Pewter, contact headquarters, now!
Got it!
Now, what will you do? Will you agree to my request?
What gives me the certainty that you won't kill me after the sync? I won't nah, man, that is... I mean, I'll do it to be in a hot body, but still... Can I not go into my own body? Wait, whose consciousness is now occupied in number 89? I don't know. Obey Saito. Why do I have the feeling there will be 2 endings?
I'm hurt. Don't you care about what happens to her? Do you understand the gravity of this situation? A bomb is strapped to her body. You're too stubborn.
I don't negotiate with terrorists!
Or maybe you're just cold-hearted. You want to see what will happen when her flesh burns and tears and scatters? If you aren't quick, you'll see the whole thing.
Well, show me.
I'm not bluffing, don't you?
Didn't agree no matter how many times he demanded it of me. I refused again and again. And she gone! And when I saw it, I understood. Boss's body rolled into the corner of the room. I didn't want to think anymore. Anything, nothing. I closed my eyes and ran my palm across my face. I could taste blood. Bad end! Seriously? Yeah, sure. Let me save that real quick. You are here. Oh, cool. I can hear that now.
To harass you. I wanted to bring out the hatred in you. That's why I called Mizuki to Bloom Park. That's why I streamed Iris's murder. Because they were important to you, weren't they? I wanted you to feel cornered, trapped. I wanted to punish you, Kaname Date.
Is there not a way to make this go faster? Oh, there, skip, okay. Oh, So I have to agree, huh? Okay, you know what? I think I'm ending the episode here, and we see the actual ending next time, alright? Yeah, that's a good idea.